All right, it's 30 degrees. I'm outside. We're going to talk about my predictions for 2023. So the coin market is incredibly hot at the moment. It almost feels like everyone's become a collector all of a sudden. And I think it's got a lot of collectors that have been around for a while scratching their heads because I don't think the market's ever been quite this popular. We're obviously hot on the heels of the incredibly popular reissue of the red poppy coin, which is actually starting to cool off a little bit in terms of the price action on it. This feels a bit like a market analysis video with statistics and charts and whatnot. I'll try to keep it fairly broad, and I should also preface this with none of this should be taken as financial advice. This is just one guy sitting on a park bench having his thoughts, and I'd also love to know your thoughts and opinions in the comments as well, because a lot of the people that are watching these videos and people that participate in the market, whether you like it or not, you actually form part of the market. So the things that you're buying actually in turn drive up demand on certain things. So it's a very, very interesting market with a lot of moving parts at the moment. So let's continue. So the Royal Australian Mint has obviously announced a new obverse, which will be coming out in February. It's actually the same old obverse. It's a Jody Clark design, just with the dates applied to the top. I think what this will result in is another huge wave of demand. So this will mark I believe, the last of the Queen Elizabeth II portraits on Australian coinage. And I think that is going to be an incredibly popular release for a lot of people, regardless of which coins they appear on, the theme of those coins. I think you're going to see a lot of people rushing out to get the last of the Queen Elizabeth coins. But in doing that, I think people sometimes forget that there are more coins with her portrait on it than I'm going to suggest any other monarch ever. She's been on the throne for quite a while, and the Commonwealth of Australia is just one of many parts of the world that has coinage with her portrait on it. So whether or not that will be, well, again, since I'm just sitting on a park bench giving my thoughts, I don't actually think that will necessarily have a sustained interest. So depending on the theme of the coins that have her portrait on them, I think as years go on and we see the Charles portraits begin to roll through, which I think that will be a really, really big event in and of itself in the coin collecting community. But I'm not so sure that those last coins with the Elizabeth portrait on them will necessarily have a key place in the market moving forward. That's just my opinion. I think there will be an initial huge hype. There'll be a lot of media coverage and things like that. However, it remains to be seen. Just one guy's opinion. I don't think it'll be a sustained hype. I think it will be something that will be really hot for a while, and then as other interesting releases come out throughout the year, I think they'll take their place. And I'm also curious to see how many of the collectors that are buying things like that stick around in the industry. I often find this industry is a little bit like, I'm going to use an analogy here, and then the analogy is, if someone's really into a band, you have the hits, and I would describe things like those popular releases, like a lot of the coloured $2 coins, the first of a particular monarch, the last of a particular monarch. They're the tracks or the songs that everyone knows, everyone's familiar with. But then you start to scratch the surface, dig a little deeper, and you get, the real interesting stuff, the deep cuts, if you will. And I think the coin industry is a lot like that. If you scratch the surface a little more and dig a little deeper, you can find some real gems. There are so many interesting coins out there with comparatively low mintages that just aren't being collected at the moment. So I think if you decide that, the current hype and things like that are a bit of a deterrent from you continuing your collecting journey, I really do encourage you to look a little deeper and see that there are so many interesting coins out there. Take a look at the PNC market. In my humble opinion, it is highly undervalued, and there are so many interesting coins out there with interesting themes where you can learn a lot more about Australian history, and you pay a fraction of the price. That would be comparatively a far less inflated part of the market, and there are a number of great opportunities out there for you to build up a collection and do something that you love and learn a bit of history along the way. So I think 2023 will be a very interesting year. We'll see a number of different releases. I'm sure there'll be a couple of new coloured $2 coins, and each time they roll out, there'll be another big explosion of, collectors into the market. And I really do hope that a number of those people stick around, because it's such a great industry and a really nice community as well. There's a lot of knowledgeable and passionate people in the market, and that's what really makes this such a rewarding hobby. You meet new people, you build out the community, people share knowledge. There are a number of great publications like the Renix guides and things like that, where you can learn a little more, and so it allows you to go into the new year with plenty of information at hand. And I would encourage people, and I've said this before, I'll always say this, I'm a big advocate for it. Do your own research, find out what it is that you enjoy and want to collect, and proceed from there. You will have so much fun, and I would argue so much more fun than some of the people that get caught up in the hype. If you are going into this collecting journey to put together a collection that you're proud of and that makes you happy, honestly, you can't go wrong. You will have such a good time, and you'll meet so many great people that are like-minded and share this passion. So I think 2023 we will see, I'll speculate that we may actually see a number of people drop out of collecting. That is to say, people that are just buying the hot releases. We may see something like, a release that's overhyped, people overextend themselves on hoarding them up. And then if the demand drops off, I think we'll see a number of people that feel like they've been a little burned by the industry. Something that may have been perceived as a sure thing in terms of something to buy and then make a lot of profit on, may not go that way for certain people. And I would actually like to see some of those people exit stage left and allow the people that love it to continue to enjoy their journey of collecting. So 2023, we'll see a new portrait of a new monarch. Whatever new coloured $2 coins come out is sure to be incredibly popular. I'll do my very best to keep you all updated. 2023 is going to be a big year for me, so I'll try to keep on top of the new release videos as well. Alright, it's incredibly hot. I think I'll try and wrap it up here, but whatever you do, make sure you enjoy what you're doing, ask plenty of questions, have a good time, be responsible, don't get caught up in FOMO, and enjoy what you do. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's incredibly hot, but I do it because I love it. Thank you very much for watching. Put your goals for 2023 in the comments. I'd love to know if there's something in particular you'd like to collect, or if there is a particular release that you're looking forward to, or something that you hope one of the mints will release. 2023 should be a great year. I'm looking forward to spending it with you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. So I've just returned home and I realised that I completely forgot to talk about anything relating to 2022. 2022 was actually the year that the website went live. So thompsonscoins.com became an official entity and began doing business. So that was an incredible milestone for me. I began working a lot harder on this channel and putting out videos, and so it went so well that I've actually cracked the 1,000 subscriber mark, which was a huge milestone, something that I didn't even think that kind of thing was possible in that time frame, and I'm really, really proud of it. I also did a number of really exciting radio interviews with some pretty high profile channels over here in Australia, as well as some national TV appearances, which is pretty exciting as well. 2022 has been a fantastic year for the business, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. I really appreciate all the support that you've given me, and I think 2023 is going to be a pretty big year as well. There is one final major announcement for the channel, for the business. I'm going to be a dad in 2023. So there may be some inconsistency to some of the video releases and things like that. So this will be all going to plan at the end of February. So I'm incredibly excited. Yeah, it's a very, very exciting time, and I can't wait for you guys to be along for the ride. I'll do my very best to be consistent with the uploads and things like that. But you'll have to possibly bear with me a little bit in the first part of the year. But overall, incredibly excited. There's going to be a number of cool releases and things like that. A lot to look forward to in the industry, and I look forward to going on the journey with you all. Thank you very much.